Good day, collective. It's your girl, Sadi Rose, coming to you with another message of the day. All praise to the Most High God. Love to the Mother. Today's message is be more intentional, more loving, less naive. Y'all, when I come up with these messages, usually it's things that are happening real time in my life. Moments, lessons, times where I just be like, dang. In this moment, I think I remember when it happened. And I was just thinking like a state of the state, like how I need to show up. And, I think on the first point about being more intentional, that goes to everyone. Rather than being a zombie, walk through this life letting situations control you, letting other people control you, letting the news control you, letting your job control you, letting the matrix control you. You have to choose to be intentional in your life, the type of life you want to create. You have to choose to be self-aware in order to be intentional. You can't just say, I intend to be in a state of XYZ if you have no sense of self-awareness, because it is the self-awareness of your ego, who you are, what are your habits that are forming, that are feeding into your subconscious, which is then creating your reality. Then you can want to be intentional, but you won't have the tools to be if you aren't cleaning up. You're not doing your spiritual hygiene. You're not doing your spiritual cleanup of you. Remember, what is within, so will be projected without. So you got to do the work and be intentional to clean up yourself first. And once you start, you go through your ego cleanup, you go through the shadow work, you peel off the layers. And once you do that internal work and you start getting that together, then you can start being more intentional, setting out what your top intentions are, what your top manifestations are. And you can also start clearing away those people, places, and things that aren't in alignment for your greatest good, so that you can become your higher self, so that you can continue to improve yourself, so that you can push toward those things that will create your heaven within yourself. Also, gotta be more loving, man. And I mean really loving. Like really loving. We so often get caught up in like checkbox of like, what is love? It's giving you a hug, or oh, it's me spending money on you, or saying I love you, or showing up to a family event for happy birthday. Or being more loving means that you step outside of yourself to actually care about what is going on in another person's life. I mean, of course, there is, just giving of yourself and giving to others. But when we talk, let's talk about just loving. Love yourself. That's that intentional cleanup work. Love yourself enough to not lie to yourself. Let's start there. Love yourself enough to not lie to yourself. And love other people, including your children, enough to actually get to know who they are. Our lives, the way we work, many of us work. The way it's set up, a lot of us just go to work. We come home, we might order out, we might cook, our kids do homework, and then a day goes by, and then what? Have you had a conversation with your family? Have you had a conversation with your husband or wife? Have you had a conversation with your friends? Do you know what's going on in their lives? Are you doing things to engage them? Like I've spent the money, I've taken my kids to the game, I go to the game. But y'all, I woke up one day and I'm like, wait a minute. Somewhere along the lines, I don't even know. And I know teenagers do their own thing, but somewhere along the line, I just realized I didn't really know my older kids like I should. I'm not engaging them, and they don't want me to spend all the money. They just want me to care about what they care about. And they also need to hear me. And this is what I was talking about in my last post that I didn't go into detail, but they need me to stop trying. Well, one, I need to sometimes just listen. Love can be just listening, like actively listening, instead of like listening to then respond with what I think is the best solution for their life. Sometimes the people around you, including your children, just need you to be quiet. And even if you have thoughts about what they're telling you, you don't always need to just respond with what you believe they should do or what you believe is right. Sometimes people just need you to support them in their moment. They just need you to listen. Nothing else. They just need you to listen. And if they then say to you, well, what do you think? Then that's when you can say that, you can offer it up. But even when you do that, you trying to say, well, you should do this, this, and that, when it's out of alignment of how they told you that they need support, you're not going to get the progress that you want with those individuals. You're not going to be able to really touch them. You're not going to be able to support them if you're offering up solutions. This is contrary to the support they asked for. Real talk. Like if you're telling them, no, you don't. Well, first of all, if you ever say to your kids, I don't want to hear it because you're not talking about nothing, don't ever do that. Even if you don't think what they're focusing on is important or relevant or the right thing they should focus on, you still need to listen to them. You got to listen to them. And maybe if you think that they need to be focusing on something else that's more important for their school or their career or whatever, then you can do things. You can demonstrate to them different ways that they can get back on track. So love is actually spending time with your kids, spending time with people you love, supporting them in the way that they ask to be supported, loving on them to do the things that they ask. I used to get my kids stuff that I thought they should need. And I used to try to do activities with them that I thought that they would enjoy. But then I realized, what am I doing? They're telling me what they want and how they want it. And a lot of times it ain't even a lot of money. Just do what they ask you to do. And stop letting what you think is best for them control what you're doing. Last part is, don't be as naive, y'all. And again, everything I'm telling you is what I've had to come to terms with about myself. Don't be naive. If you with somebody in a relationship and they not, y'all kind of roommates, you're not feeding each other, you're not growing together, you're not going through life fighting together, y'all just kind of in each other's presence just for the kids or just because people were expected, just because of finances. Don't be naive to the situation. Be real with yourself. Be real with your partner. This life is too short to be doing stuff like that. Also, if you're in situations or dealing with people or dealing with jobs and you know that you're not happy there, it's not in furtherance for whatever your intentions are, that you're just getting used, right? Because a lot of times I've noticed, and this is one of the hardest things I've had to come to deal with, people, for me in particular, like to take every last part of me, literally, they think they desire a part of me, my light, whether it's a friend or people I've been with in the past, and they'll use me up. But then they won't actually care about me as an individual. And they certainly won't feed into me. They'll take everything that I can offer. Because I'm that go-getter. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to do everything. I'm going to show up the best. I'm going to make sure everything is handled. And they'll take it. And they'll take it and then walk away and be fine. And I'll be left a mess. Don't be naive, man. See people for who they are. See things for what they are. Don't be naive about people and their intentions. If they're showing you, not telling you, if they're showing you and it feels wrong and it's chaotic, be real. All right, y'all. I hope y'all have a blessed day. Peace.